Thank you. I'm going to ask Mr. Jay Mills to open our annual meeting and bring it to order. And we are going to fly through KEDA really quick. We'll do KEDA in 10 minutes or less.
All right, so I got to call the meeting to order. What time we got?
10:32, let's call it. Okay.
Okay, first thing on the agenda is we need to approve the elections. I think you can see the ballot that's been presented. So I will entertain a motion. So
move to advance the board and approve it.
Okay, that's Ed. Ryan Ramirez, second.
Okay.
So I'll call a question. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Nay?
No pressure.
And I will abstain.
Okay. All right.
You got my name up there.
Thank you very much. That's our annual meeting. Good job, Jay Mills. All right. Okay, we're going to be fast. I'm going to put a little more sunshine into this room. What's KEDA's performance? Last year, we helped 227 businesses. This is what it looks like. Business retention and expansion, working with your local companies, is how you grow jobs in your community. That means we're with our local companies 44 times in the year, 531 hours of contract assistance, one-on-one counseling, helping 33 businesses start in our community. I want to point out our Apex Accelerator. You saw government wages be a specific, huge portion of what happens in our community. These are two former federal contracting officers. They help local businesses get government contracts. Now I'm going to talk about the wins. For the last 3 years, we have teamed up with Kitsap Bank, Vibe Coworks to run, and Kitsap Community Resources Best Program to run the Matchstick Lab Micro Business Accelerator. After 3 years, it will have trained 48 micro businesses in our community. These are people you know. These are people like Rima Griffith down on Callow in Bremerton, and plenty of other people. Thanks to everybody involved in that effort. Appreciate it. We're also going to talk about some big things happening in our community out at the Port of Bremerton. Thankful for their partnership. We were the fiscal agent for a $200,000 evergreen manufacturing grant that is going to their 60,000 square foot new building. Right now, Inventec Marine builds boats. They employ 100 people. At the end of this year, they anticipate employing 130. KEDA was also involved in providing technical assistance for the first PSYOP Navy lease, the building at 555 Pacific. 48,000 square feet were leased by the Navy. It's the first lease related to the Shipyard Infrastructure Optimization Program. That is 300 jobs in our community. And KEDA was involved in working with Booz Allen Hamilton in the opening of their Bremerton Maritime Technology Facility. That's 50 jobs directly tied to maritime autonomy, uncrewed underwater vehicles. They support that squadron out at Keyport. That's real stuff, and it's an investment in high-tech jobs that happen in downtown in Bremerton. What did KEDA do? Well, we asked about where the permitting was and tried to move it through that process, providing that technical assistance. We were also involved in the marketing and communications of that, but we do have a maritime autonomy group called Wave C, and they provided strategic assistance related to growing that industry. So hey, we're award winners. Right now, James Davis is about to leave because he's been recognized as Emerging Economic Development Professional of the Year by our state. Okay? And the Booz Allen Hamilton Economic Expansion Project won Business Retention and Expansion Project of the Year. So congrats, Booz Allen Hamilton. Congrats, KEDA. That's what we do. Big things coming to our economy. I'm going to talk about what's coming, and then I'm going to talk about what's here. So Port Gamble's future. Probably the biggest thing that people aren't talking about in our community is what's going to happen with the last privately owned township that is in Puget Sound. It is a huge opportunity, absolutely massive. It is going to redevelop. It is on Puget Sound. It is next to and on Hood Canal. It represents a remarkable opportunity, and long ago, Rayonier decided we're not going to be in the township business anymore. We are going to move and dispose of this asset. So if you want to get involved in that, Mr. John Rose is back there. Talk to John Rose. It's a huge opportunity. In Olheva, on Polsbo, in Polsbo even, people are trying to build 2 buildings worth $140 million. You might know that Olympic College, Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, and the county invested $10.5 million to renovate their existing building and create an opportunity just for allied health careers, putting another 80 trained people into our workforce every year. Well, they're seeking a second building, and that's a $70 million opportunity. Next to that, Western Washington University's priority capital request to the legislature, what they're looking to build is their own building that will headquarter their efforts for Western on the peninsulas. That's the second building. So the Olheva campus is probably the next big thing that we're looking to in our community. What's happening right now? Boy, does it involve the Navy. As we speak, $1 billion in a multi-award construction contract focused on small businesses, headquartered out of Silverdale, Washington, is on the street. The deadline for that is April 4th. Now, for a small business, you've got to be a pretty big small business to compete for that. But it is one of the largest small business set-asides that we've ever seen. And then beyond that, there is a $9 billion larger award that is in pre-solicitation. That means like the nation's largest construction companies are going to be working on that award. And it's in pre-solicitation. We think the solicitation will come out in the next 30 or 60 days. All of which is to say, it's kind of a guaranteed $10 billion that's coming into this community over the next 10 years. The Navy, Part 2, local leasing opportunities. Over the last 9 months, the Navy has asked for approximately 813,000 square feet of space in our community. They need 17 different properties. They have selected 1 to date. Of that 813,000 square feet, they need 280,000 square feet of industrial space. A preview, I'll tear through it. We have not delivered industrial space in this community since 2021, and we delivered less than 80,000 square feet of it, depending on your point of view, if you don't count the Amazon building, within the last 10 years. So we have a call to action on that. Those 17 projects support 1,473 jobs. It's important we get this right. Okay, One Kitsap. This is our 5-year regional economic strategy. These are our 5-year goals. I want to thank everybody in this room who engages with us on that. It is critical that we work together to accomplish this, because if we're looking to have $140 million of new buildings in Paulsbo and to see a new campus emerge, if we're looking to have 350,000 square feet of industrial space added to our community, we only get there by working together. And these are, I'm going to leave industrial buildings and analysis for another time, but one thing that we are working on that Del hinted at is, people are asking us to do more. And so we have hired Elizabeth Court, a Bainbridge Island resident, former Olympic Workforce Development Council head, to be our economic development principal. And she's going to be working on projects related to retaining more of our transitioning military members into our workforce and growing 2-year certificated workers in the trades in our community. So please say hi to Elizabeth. Give her a round of applause. Elizabeth, where are you? Okay. I will skip through the industrial stuff. I will just say this in closing. Go M's, right? But yeah, no, okay, let's give the M's a chance. Come on. But seriously, economic development is a team sport. To accomplish the things we want to accomplish new growth, we have to work together and put our paddles in the water and all pull for the same direction. We can accomplish these things. Olympic College just won the apprenticeship program once again. They usually win it for Puget Sound Naval Shipyard, but it's a 5-year contract, and the Navy's going to expand their view the next time they go out for it. And Olympic College is thinking about, well, what can we do in downtown Bremerton that might be a little more interesting, that provides some new space for that? We can build that with them, but we all have to do it together. 2 buildings in Olheva is a heavy lift. With more of us working together, we can absolutely do that in our community. So anyway, that's my call to you. Thank you to the 100 investors at the Kitsap Economic Development Alliance. Thank you for investing in One Kitsap. Economic development takes time. It's a team sport. And if you're not on our team, talk to me. You really should be. Thank you very much.